G'day, welcome back to another video. In this video I'll be finishing off this beast, the Kyosho Turbo Optima Mid Special. Very nice. Anyway, we'll be trimming and fitting the undertray, trimming, painting and fitting the body. I'll probably paint the undertray as well. Might do something special with that though. And fitting the decals. Alrighty, let's get into it. Now, starting off with the tray first. What I like to do is go around with a black pen and just mark the line where it's got to be cut. Now, it doesn't need to be super accurate. You might get a few wiggly lines, but it's just a guide so you can see where you're cutting easily. Especially good for me with my bad eyes. Yeah, so it's up to you whether you use your Lexan scissors or a knife. I use both. Just, you know, sometimes getting in around the corners and stuff can be a bit tricky, so mix it up a bit. So with a knife, just go around gently. You don't want to cut right through it. I'm using my magnifiers here because my eyes are still no good. Maybe I need a bigger pen. Now, a bit of a tip for people who haven't done it this way before. When you're doing the long lines like this, I tend to pull the knife kind of using the shoulder and elbow, and of course the shorter work is just either just twisting with the fingers or a bit of wrist action in there. And of course, the harder you push, like especially around the corners, the harder you're pushing on it, the more likely you are to, you know, slip. So sometimes going around the corners, you might need to go over it a couple of times, just lightly, follow the same line, do it a couple of times, and then it'll peel away nice and easy. These bits here are kind of tricky. You want to keep enough pressure on it to make a nice line through it, but you don't want to slip at the same time. There's a bit of a slip at the end. Of course, even doing it this way, this is probably the cleanest way to do it. You still might have to do a bit of cleaning. Now I like to just go around and kind of cut up the corners. Just using the Lexan scissors, of course. Then we can start pulling the pieces off. Some of these corners are going to be a bit tricky. So you just go around and cut up each of the bends, if you know what I mean, where the contour changes. And go around and snap them all off, just like that. And there we go, something like that. We'll need a bit of a trim up around the corners, but she'll be right. And there we go, it's all trimmed up, the body and the under tray. Just got them sitting on there for a bit of a test fit. They look pretty good, I think. Wasn't too difficult to trim. So as you can see, it fits quite nicely. And luckily for me, the trimming came up okay. Now what I plan to do with the under tray is just paint the outside, not the outside, paint the outside edge and leave all this in here clear. So just mask it, you know, right around the edge there, and I'll probably won't even paint the back section there because it's too thin, or the front. So I'll just mask it down to about here somewhere, both ends, and we can look at all that beautiful carbon under there, and we'll still be white on the sides. That's the plan. So over the years, doing restos and builds on Kyoshos, a few people have asked me how I get those rectangle body mount holes cut out. It's pretty simple, kind of time consuming though. There's probably 1,000 ways to do it, but I do it like this. Now I tried to get some nice footage of cutting out the rectangles there. It just didn't work. There was just hands everywhere. So what I normally do is just start in the corners. I'll use this manual for a demonstration. There we go, I'll turn it that way so you can see it better. Grab your knife. Yeah, start in the corner and just score it along there, score it back the other way, keep doing that. till you get a full line, and you can sort of just cruise along a little bit further. But I try not to go right, if you're going this way, try not to go right into that corner, because, you know, depending on your pressure, you're likely to keep going, or at least make a little cut there where it might crack further on. So yeah, do that, go down there, across there, you know, up there, until it's quite thin. Then just get your knife with the blade facing towards the center, of course. Get right in the corner and poke it through. If it's too hard to get through, just keep scoring it and scoring it till it's, you want it pretty easy to get through so it doesn't split. So poke the knife through at this end, and then you can cut along, or you can sort of jab along there until it breaks away, if you know what I mean. And then if you need to, use a flat file. I've got these are Tamiya ones, just Tamiya 3 file set. So you get a flat one, a round one, and a half round. So the flat one's good for the longer part of the rectangle there, and just the end of the half round file is good for the ends, for the shorter end of the rectangles. And yeah, well, I didn't need to use it on these, so I'm pretty happy. But yeah, it's good to have those. So masking off the undertray was pretty simple. Just laid down a load of tape in the area I uncovered and cut it around the edges, peel it up. So that's our white all on there. Naturally the film and the masking's still on. Give it a few more minutes to dry. Yeah, it looks alright. Of course I used Tamiya PS1 white. It's kind of the go-to for whites these days. Alrighty, so that's our undertray all done and fitted. I reckon it looks pretty good. Got the underneath done. And I even did something a little bit extra special. So yeah, I think it looks alright. And if there was a driver there, he can look at the world go by underneath the car while he's driving. So now I'll get onto the body. Got to mask up around the back here and do some black. Or mask the whole thing and do some black. So that should be fun. Now I thought the black part on the back was painted on the inside, but it's not. So you got to peel the film back, mask it off and spray it. But before that, got to put the window masks on and hit it with the paint, the white paint. I didn't bother making the antenna hole because my receiver has an internal antenna. Although I did put the antenna mount on. Whatever. So I've got the window mask on. I'll go and throw some paint at it. So I've got the white on there now. All went on quite nicely. Looking good. Alrighty, so I've got the masking all around the back there. And I just used a bit of extra tape around the bottom where I'd, you know, ripped off too much film, whatever. Now I've got to leave these holes open at the back, which is a bit of a worry, because it's you know, it's only been about half an hour since I painted the white, so the black will blow through there and stick on the inside, and I kind of didn't want anything on the inside. You know, it's pretty clean in there. But I can't go and stick tape on it because I know it'll just pull the paint off. Anyway, we'll hit it with black and just see how much gets behind there. So there's our black on the back, all done. Yeah, a little bit dusty inside. A little bit of black got through, but I think that'll be okay. I mean, I could go and blow some white over it again, but then I'd have to mask the black again, and yeah, you'd end up in a revolving door. So I'll give that a few minutes and then I'll rip off the masking and the window masks and the film and we'll check it out. Alrighty, so the body's all painted and demasked and all that good stuff. Yeah, there's a little bit of black inside it, but I'm not going to worry too much. I think it came up alright. Should look good with all the decals on and sitting on the car. But I'm going to leave it a day or two to dry out and give it a good wash and all that. Basically black stuff went everywhere with the masking. you know, it didn't really stick to the film too well. It just flaked off, and everywhere there's black paint, little flakes all over the joint. But yeah, I reckon it looks pretty good. But I'm not going to put it on yet, although it's tempting. So it's kind of scratching my head what to do with the overspray inside, you know, the black overspray. And I figure I'll give it a go with one of the Posca pens, the acrylic paint pens. So there you go. I reckon that looks pretty respectable. Just went over most of the darker stuff. I think that's okay. Other option could have been, of course, mask the windows and stuff again, go totally black inside, but yeah, I just wanted it white. Anyway, we'll get on to the we've got a couple of decals to put on, and then that'll be it, be all finished. And that's it, decals are all done, it's finished, magnificent. The only thing I haven't done yet, because you know I got lazy, I need to peel the outside off the velcro that goes under the body there, just to keep it stuck. It's got body pins on it, but yeah, I'll get around to that at some point, probably when I go to run it maybe. Yeah, just easier in case I'm in and out, taking the body off and whatever. Yeah, anyway, so that's the build, that's how it looks. Fantastic, I think. Went together very nicely, no problems whatsoever. The only thing I did have was that sensor cable that I didn't have. If you saw my previous video, it needed a 170mm sensor cable, and I only had 300mm. Anyway, I looked online, could not find them anywhere. Nobody had them in stock. They had 180, 200, 210, all these weird numbers, but not 170. Anyway, I'll get one at some point. If I see them come up, I'll buy one. But for now, at least, I've got a 300mm in it, and I still think it looks reasonably neat. Fitted it up, and yeah, kind of curled it underneath the motor and zip tied it to the power wires for the motor. So I'll let you have a bit of a close-up look, and that'll be pretty much it for the video. And look at that, it just looks fast standing still. One thing I'm not keen on is the stickers for the tyre lettering. I will fix that, I'll just peel them off and do the tyre lettering properly at some point. I mean, they look good, but it's just not right. And the Undertray, I'm pretty happy with the way that came up. Got the little RC Hobby Shed logo on there. Yeah, just a great looking buggy overall, I think. Well, that's about it for this video. Hope you got something from it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a thumb up if you did. Subscribe if you're new here. That'd be awesome. And catch you next time.